In this training, I'm going to show you how to find track meets to compete in, or track meets in which to compete. So I'm here in the homepage of Google, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a couple different ways to do that if you're looking at Google as a way to find your track meets. So let's start with Masters Track. Masters Track Meet. Now, if you notice, I put quotes around that, so that's an exact phrase, and so Google will look for those three words in order. All right, so there might be some confusion. CIF it has a master's, but that is for high school students as they're finishing and they go on to the last stage of the postseason competition. All right, so we have masterstrack.com, which is a website that has some information about masters. I talk about that in one of my other trainings. Okay, let's see here. Okay, Trojans, Masters TC or Masters Track Meet or Masters Track Club. Okay, so these guys have a track meet, but it's not as easy as it could be. So I'm not sure. Masters Track Meet. Let's see what that says. Okay, but that Masters might have been for a high school. Yes, so high school. So that's not exactly what we're looking for. So searching on Google may or may not be a good way to do it. I'm going to go back though and try one other thing before I give up on Google. And what I'm going to use is the advanced search feature. And the advanced search feature, I'll use track meet as the exact phrase, and then I'll use masters as the other phrase. And I see some other websites here that are pretty good. Masters schedule, Nebraska USATF. We'll come back to USATF in a little bit. Track and field schedule. Looks like the San Francisco Track Club has some Masters athletes, so let's see if they put some events on their page. Looks like definitely a Masters group. And then they have a calendar. So you would just Encore Games, which is coming up as of this training. So that is an event that I'm looking forward to participating in myself. So searching through Google may or may not be your easiest route. So let's jump over to Facebook. And what I've done here is I've put a search term Masters Track at the top in the search bar and hit return. And my results that I've gotten so far, there's groups, and then I have posts from friends, and then I have posts that are pages, and then some other public posts. So you might find that looking on Facebook may be a very good place for you to start, because then you'll be able to network with people. You might even see where some of your friends are. If you click see all, then it'll have, I'm a little slow in my connection today, but it'll list all the groups that have Masters Track in the title typically. There may be some that have Masters Track in the description, but here we go, Track Masters, and that's not exactly it, but Masters Track Accountability Group, that must be somebody's coaching group maybe. So I'm a member, it looks like, of Masters Track and Masters Track and Field and Southeastern, and here's another one, and then here's a world and national kind of masters group. So there's quite a few different groups that are Masters Track. Now I do know that some some groups, there is one group I know of that has, I think, Masters Track, USATF Masters Track, and that's a group that might be for you to join, and then have an idea as to where our meets, and you can post in that group. Let's try Masters Track and Field and just see if there's any different results. Okay, so we have some of the same groups, and it picks up the ampersand instead of the word and. So you can see that some of these are targeted for different geographic locations. So you can use Facebook as a great way, and groups would be a great place to be able to find information if you're looking for a meet. And finally, another place to go is usatf.org, USA Track and Field. And the way you would use it, or certainly the way that I use it, is I go to the events calendar, and there's a menu choice, search the calendar. So I click on search the calendar, and then I can choose the state and the date range. So since I'm in California, I'm going to choose California. I'm not going to choose country because that'll be self-explanatory. I'm not going to choose association. And I'm going to choose the date range of, I'm going to do this actually for 2018 so that you can see. So January 1, 2018 through, and then I'll put December 31st, 2018. And then I'm going to choose outdoor track and field, indoor track and field, masters, and open. If you're a senior athlete and you're watching this, both of those would fit for you as well. USATF will not list any senior games because of they're just a little different sanctioning. So, but you would use the same idea. You can search for senior track in Facebook or on Google. Senior games on Google or as well, and maybe we'll touch on that before this training is over, if I remember. All right, so I don't worry about the sanctioned or unsanctioned. So open and masters, and include all age events. All right, and we hit search. So here, throughout the state of California, you'll see, and over a bunch of different pages. I'm not sure how many pages, but we'll just look at the first page here, and we see that some of these track events aren't necessarily sprint events. So let me see if I can. No. Okay. Well, I can't drill down on that. So you would just simply have to look to see which events are related to what your event is, which meets are related to the events you want to compete in. Since I'm sharing this through the purview of sprinters, let's click on this. Long Beach All-Comers Meet, Sprinters All-Comers Meet. There's an event website there, and it'll tell you what events are being contested with a pop-up, long, high, and then hurdles, good, 200 meter, 800 meter. It looks like the 200 was the shortest at this one, and the 100 meter hurdles. And there may be others, but it may have been an indoor type situation. I'm not quite sure why they're just doing the 200, but that doesn't matter. That just gives you a meet in which to compete. One of the meets I have competed in the past is the indoor-outdoor meet, and that meet, this is the upcoming, and that's where they run indoor distances on an outdoor track, since we have very few indoor facilities, if any, here in Southern California. Okay, so I would say if you're looking for a wide variety and you want to start, you might look at usatf.org. if you know your association here in Southern California, I think it's Southern California Association. Let's see, USAT. There it is. I wasn't going to switch tabs because I have a bunch of tabs open already. And they will also have events posted so you can look and see. That looks like the SoCal Track Club. Yep. Masters schedule. Oh, there it is. Okay, there you go. So that gives you a variety of places where you can look for track meets. Let me just do a couple things for seniors. Let's do senior games here. That's probably a good term to use if you're looking for senior games, if you're 50 and older. So you can see here, this is groups that are related to senior games. And let's do pages that are related to senior games. There you go. And I don't know that any people, but they may have public posts and so forth. So you can see there's a variety of senior games pages. Some of them are qualifying events, and some of them are just for fun events. So you can see, Austin probably is just a local game, and so on. So there's a variety. I'm gonna like them because I like to know what's going on with senior games. Oh, Kern County has their own games. That's interesting. Maybe they used to be Visalia senior games. So that is wonderful to know. Okay. Anyway, and that was on Facebook. And then let's see if we can do senior games here on Google. And I'll put quotes, senior games. And you could put your state or whatever. And there you go, Senior Games Association, Huntsman World, Senior Games, the California Senior Games. Some of this is contextual because Google knows where you live, or at least knows where your internet feed is located. So it'll give you results that are sort of local to you. So you can use Google. Facebook will be really good, and USATF will be good for a general get you started. There is no one source to find all events. There are days when I kind of get that idea that I might want to try and do that, but there are so many events that it's very difficult to keep up with. So Facebook is probably going to be a great place for you to network and so on. Alrighty, this has been a training on how to find meets here. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and I will be in touch. Thanks again.